Hello everybody, I'm Mark, and I'm a dueling dungeon master.
My name's Michael. I'm another dueling dungeon master. And we're here with our awesome cast.
Say hello, awesome cast. When we last left off, the siege had begun, and
you guys have pushed through. You're in a spillway within the wall. You have collapsed the cave behind you in order to stall the forces from following you. What's going to happen on the other side of this next gate?
Yeah, I don't know. You're in an open area at the start of this little causeway. One door between you and your imagination.
Also means I carry over my thorn armor that was still active.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not raging anymore.
Oh, right.
Mark is starting us off.
So, Thorn, you just had two normal soldiers drop their arms and walk out of a service door and are completely out of the picture.
You know, that was a smart move. I take a look around where I am, and I walk over to whatever it appears they were guarding, and I look through.
Yeah, so you open this wood and iron door. Is a very simple door that they were guarding.
Supposing it's unlocked.
Yes, it is unlocked. Nobody's expecting anybody from this direction. And so you open the door, and you find yourself in a corridor that continues to grow in one, almost like an amphitheater, and a large hall. I mean, what kind of looks like customs. There's a bunch of gates, a bunch of pathways, and it is very organized. So you sit in basically the concourse of what is the crossing. Other than the now faint explosions of the war above the crossing rather. It's just you. It's your breath and your sounds and the machines and the people that you have currently.
Boy, this place is creepy. Suppose there are any maps so we can make sure we're going down the right tunnel? We're trying to get through this place to the other side, right? Is there signage that might help us figure out our way through this place?
Yeah. Where you were looking for signage, there is a list, a ticker. It is not working. Walter has been to the crossing before, and he would be able to tell you that this is where various locations will show up, destinations for travel. And the alleyways and the railings that you see that are empty now correspond with that.
Walter, get a look at this.
Can I... The creepiest thing I have ever experienced is an empty airport. And, you are giving... this is the spookiest fucking thing. It's making me, tense up. And I really appreciate it. And, I wanted to comment this because Walter is also going to be, completely freaked the shit out by this.
Go ahead.
What kind of check is it?
An intelligence, it's history.
19.
Walter remembers traveling from outside to inner in a flash. You remember Eastern Hemisphere to Northern outside. You're starting to connect literal dots around the ring.
Sure, I mean, okay. Walter can sit there and just look at the display and,
yes.
But
so Walter remembers there are ways to travel through the natural ley lines within the ring. The crossing is one of many convergent points throughout the ring.
Is the crossing the only convergence point that bridges the inner and outer ring?
Yes.
Yes.
It is the largest
fast
cluster.
travel system. This is Istanbul. This is the Strait of Hormuz. This is the only way to rapidly enter for either the outer or inner ring. Perfect.
You're so well traveled. I've never heard of any of those places.
Yes. In fact, Horatio Hermuz was a good friend of mine. He knew how to party. Yes.
So we go to Juno finally.
Real quick, Thorn, Grenda, how are you feeling?
I'm doing all right. I only I got hit in the arm. I look down and my thorn armor has faded finally, so you can still see that there's a little bit of like green ooze coming out of my gunshot wound.
Eee.
That feels appropriate for how I feel. About half okay, but my back is a little crispy. I feel super cool and very comfortable right here. And she leans in real close to Juno and Thorn, almost like it's a secret. This feels very much like Grenda's came back home. Grenda feels just a safe spot. It's good. It's quiet. I don't like that, but I don't feel like it's a bad place. It's creepy, but
It's kind of spooky, I will say. Like, think of all the lives that have passed through here on their way to different things. Like, this is way cool. Grenda, with your permission, I've only ever done this once, but I would love to try something new with you that might make you feel more 100%.
Okay, yes, please. Grenda trusts friend Juno. It's your first time doing something and you want to do it with Grenda? That means that you trust Grenda and feel safe with Grenda.
I do. I do trust and feel safe with you. This is my second time, though. Full disclosure.
I don't know what it is, so I don't know if it's my first time.
Okay, so this is going to be a hard roll since it is new and you're still figuring out your ability.
That is a 14. Is it plus, like, do I have a modifier?
It'd probably be your con, yeah. I think it
Then
is
that's
your
a
con, yeah.
16.
Yeah.
All right. Basic?
Do magic.
Ooh, okay. Magic. So that's a 5. I'm with Grenda, and I reach out and touch her back, and my hand starts to split open, and my blood and sinew and stuff kind of touches her back, and the blood goes into the crispy bits and starts to pull it together and heal that burn damage on her.
Yes.
Grenda, you are healed for 5 hit points. Juno, you lost 2. Plus the 2 to activate the ability, yeah.
Oh, it tickle itches, but from the inside. This is definitely Grenda's first time. But I feel better. It doesn't hurt so much. I almost feel just like normal Grenda again. And I'm gonna give Juno a big hug.
Sure. Do you want to do anything, Grenda?
Yeah, hold on. Let me finish absorbing all of the healing and becoming Grenda again. I'm gonna set Juno down and look at Thorn and say, well, Thorn, you know Walter, and you've been around in the streets and you always make good decisions. And Juno trusted Grenda, so I feel like Juno is on the same side. You can speak for yourself. But what do you think we should do? I don't know how to get through, but Walter's obviously not going to be any help. So it feels like you're in charge.
Walter is just stomping around in front of these displays, saying, Cocytus, Acheron, Styx, Lathe. It's a question of direction and also time. The time is now, but not exactly right now. It's about timing, not just time.
Oh boy, that's a lot of pressure. I don't mind being in charge when I know what to do, but I've never been to any place like this before.
Neither have we.
I can't read these maps exactly, but
if maybe we can figure something out, or maybe I should just slap Walter until he snaps out of it. In fact, and I march over to Walter, and I like wrap him up with one of my vines from one hand, and then smack him across the face.
I'm just gonna say you do smack him. After that smack, you hear a much more definitive, larger crash outside. They've cracked. They are making major progress.
I say, do you hear that, Walter? Do you hear that, Walter? They just cracked this wall open. You gotta snap out of it. We're relying on you. I can't read that map. I can do a lot of things, but I don't know how to get us through this. I gotta rely on you. Are you with us?
We'll get a flip. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, it's me.
Hey.
Oh.
So snap out of it.
So snap out of it. Walter's
Snap
going
out
to
of it.
respond. The morning of woe, forgetfulness, or hate. It's a question of the river that you want to travel down. It's not. It isn't as simple as all of that, Thorn.
So what you're saying is we gotta know where we want to go to be able to get there?
Isn't that always the way this works?
Huh. That's pretty profound.
What? What?
What you said?
Of course it is. What?
You were just saying that we gotta know where we want to go to be able to get there.
Well, of course
Seems-
you do. How would you get anywhere without directions? Obviously, a destination is the first thing you need when you are traveling. That is
No,
Juno, Thorn is injured. Thorn's head has been addled. I don't understand.
No, it's this place. It's not as simple as just walking down one of these hallways. We gotta know where we want to go. Maybe it's some kind of magic thing. Hey, do you think maybe if we, stand in the, I look down and I'm looking down, I'm like, is there like a big circle on the ground, or is there like something that appears like something you might stand on to be able to get warped somewhere, or like anything like that? What do I see maybe around me?
This particular area is more like the gates, right?
Yeah.
And so this is kind of like a waiting area. You can't travel from this room.
Maybe be down one of these halls. We should just try something and go.
As you say that, another loud crash as the sand from the ceiling begins to fall, and you see cracks above you starts to stretch out.
And we may not have a choice.
And so you guys were kind of having your turn together. So I'm going to give Juno and Grenda their turn together as you're finishing healing Grenda. Juno.
Well, shoot. I don't think that this place is going to be empty for much longer.
Didn't somebody, the lady friend of Walter, say that there was a place to go on the other side that we had to get to?
Yeah. Wait. Juno's going to look around. Miss Ariel!
She's right behind you.
Yes.
What's up?
Oh my goodness. You just scared. Never mind. What are we doing here?
Oh my God. Walter.
Yes. No, I'm sorry.
You didn't
I
tell
was
them about the stepping stone.
confused by the options. You don't understand. When you comprehend the complete disregard to linear travel in time, it takes some time. To really pull it in. Yes, the direction
Walter,
that
reel
we
it
are
in.
heading. What's that? Don't
Yeah.
distract me. I'm busy. The stepping stones. We need the.
Suddenly there's an explosion. And a wall falls in as a drill bursts through the wall.
That's not the direction we need to go.
We are now at a 13. We're gonna get a flip. Mark.
So crash through the wall. Yeah, Thorn.
Crash the wall, Thorn.
Yeah.
You, Ariel, take us to the standing stone. Walter, run.
Stepping
Let's go.
stones! For the love of God, it's the stepping
It's the
stones!
stepping
We don't want to go
stones,
to
damn
the
it, Walter.
standing stones! You know where the standing stones take us? That's not somewhere you want to go!
The standing stones. You do not. Anyway, we don't have time for this right now. Let's go. And she takes off where, if you looked on the ground and saw where the general flow of everything normally would go. Go ahead, Michael.
Is the tank coming with you guys?
Oh
Or are
shit!
you leaving it behind?
I don't
Because
know. We didn't.
Juno's the
maybe
only one that
establish
can drive it right now.
I don't know if we established that.
Juno's the only one who can drive it.
I thought we were Halo warthogging this.
I think it's a good idea to take.
Yeah, it's definitely coming with you. So you guys are ching 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 ching, and running, and you keep going, and eventually it opens up once again. A 200-foot high by 200-foot wide cavern, and smack dab in the middle of it are two thick slabs of smooth stone, one black and one crystalline. Walter.
Yes, the stepping stones. Naturally. He's going to dismount the tank because he wouldn't have walked; he would have ridden on the top.
Of course.
He's going to say, Grinda, Juno, your presence is required at the stones. Juno, please place the tank in a blocking formation in the entrance tunnel to prevent any incursion while we work this out.
Crash and Ariel can set people up at the front lines, and you guys can kind of get a blockade.
Defensive perimeter.
Juno?
After leaving the tank with the rebellion, Juno will walk up to the crystalline stepping stone and take out the dragon's tear from her pack. There's obviously like a cloth between her hand and the stone.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll go, do we touch it?
Do what feels right.
Grenda.
There you have it.
I think we touch our stones to the stones at the same time.
Grenda's already standing at the black one that looks like her shiny, just kind of like holding her shiny out in front of it. And when Juno says Grenda, she turns around like a kid that's been caught, realizes like, what? I just,
No, girl,
it's
you're
like-
good.
oh, we're just on the same page.
You know what? We're up here together.
Two rocks on the same mountain.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Grenda doesn't move. Oh, we go. I don't know numbers.
Oh.
Oh my god. Here's what happens. Juno starts to count. That exchange happens, but as Juno starts to count down, both stones begin to vibrate a little bit, glow, and the arcane runes that Walter described begin to trace their ways along the large gate in front of you. And similar ones cross over the shiny and the dragon's tear as the gate swings inward. I'm going to say that's y'all's turn. And beyond that, the light is consumed shortly into the open gate. And you do know that no man's land lies behind. And Ariel will go, well, lead on in. No man's land, I'm not allowed. Oh, maybe I should lead the way. No, it's just a name. It's neutral zone. Go on.
Wow.
I love Ariel.
Thank you so much for helping us get this far. I look over to the rest of the group of refugees and rebellion people with us. Who all is coming with us? Exactly. And perhaps I should just address everybody. I turn and look and I say, come on, how many of you want to come with us? It's going to be very dangerous on the other side, but maybe there's a better life.
Crash looks at you and he goes, yeah, it could be a better life. I just wish my family could have enjoyed that better life. No, I want to make sure you guys get there first. And if I can get through myself, I'll try my best. But you are top priority.
Thank you. You're a very brave man. You're pretty good for a human. And I like turn around and make my way through the gateway.
Ariel, I don't want to leave you here.
I know, honey. But there's a lot of people out there who need my help.
You stay safe. I will find you again.
She gives a little smile. She touches your chin with her thumb and pointer finger, and she goes, I'll try my best, honey.
By the way, my companion stole a bunch of books from you. Goodbye! And then he jumps through the portal.
Juno.
Everybody who wants to go, get through, because I don't know how long this is going to stay open once we pass through the threshold.
Jeffrey gathers the kids and he looks at the others who are going to stay behind, and he goes, thank you. And he looks at you. Thank you, everyone. Come along, children. And he brushes them through as well, as they will be hoping to cross to get to a better life. Grenda.
Grenda's a little freaked out by the darkness and the sparkly and the shiny on either side. It's very much like her vision after the games. And it's recalling senses of the black smoke and all of her experiences and all of her adventures that are unlike anything she's ever had before in her life, and all of these new friends and these people, and the responsibility that she feels for helping everybody. And she kind of holds her shiny to her chest and takes a deep breath. One step, another step, and just books it as fast as she can through the blackness.
Us and all the orphans that we're responsible for. Yeah, great. Saddle us with responsibility.
How did we go from saving a bunch of animal people who were adults to there's now one adult and a legion of children?
How many of their parents are alive? Juno, honestly?
True.
Everyone's an orphan eventually.
That's true.
Nice. And as everyone passes through, Ariel calls out to Walter one last time, and she says, Walter, you were right about one thing. It's all about timing. And then we're going to get a flip. It's Mark.
You step out of the light into an abyss. There's a sensation of being pulled from all directions, and sound is blasting in your head. Everybody feels a little queasy, and the darkness is washed away from your sight. As far as you can see, the surface of the ground is pristine and smooth, as if made of glass. On it, you can see the reflection of the stars above. At the horizons are faint clouds and mists and magics. In the distance, far off, bursts of lightning and magic here and there and here and there, dotting the sky, dotting the entirety of this demi-plane that you are on. The stone in which you were walking on continues a little ways into this glass field, and it ends in a small island made of the same stone with two small pillars that stand on either side. Within the clouds, to either side, to any side that you look, there always seems to be two obelisks of enormous height at each one of your, no matter which direction you look, these obelisks follow you just off the horizon. They are enormous, skyscraper tall. And every now and then you notice green bursts of energy from the top of these, lightning crackling from them, and the green burst and the green burst again.
Thorn walks up to this. You described there's like a stone circle, and then there's two little pedestals where presumably one might place a crystal.
Juno, Brenda, I think it's time. Come on, bring the stones up to the pedestals, and everyone can join us up on this. And this is where what Walter was saying comes in. We got to know where we want to go. So everyone's got to think of maybe the same place, and we'll all end up there, right?
I look to Walter.
Yeah, Walter.
It's all about timing, Thorn, and yes, I reaching back into Walter's memory about the time that he crossed in the other direction. Does he have any knowledge of this procedure?
Yes. We're at a 12, yes? Yeah, you have been here before. Go ahead and roll it easy. Your old flame kind of sparked some memories.
18 on the die.
So it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Give me that fire, yeah.
As Walter sticks his hands out like a parent slamming on the brakes, and stops everybody from moving.
I'll turn this fucking caravan around!
Yeah.
The mom arm.
Yeah, mom arm. Mom's arms it both sides. And you remember the larger obelisks understand intent, and they understand the ley lines because they are the natural defense mechanism for the ley lines against people traveling through the stepping stones. So the green flashes are what has been shooting down the zeppelins from these obelisks within the no man's land. But within the no man's land.
We're going through the next set.
And then it's Juno's turn.
This is trippy as fuck. And maybe not a good way. And Juno's gonna reach out her hand for Grenda to see if Grenda will hold her hand.
Grenda gives you a finger to wrap your hand around, and she kind of hooks her finger a little so it grabs your hand back.
All right, we got this, Grenda. With this strength, Juno will walk forward with the stone.
Great. Grenda, you following suit?
We got this, Juno. It's just like in my vision, right after you exploded and all of this happened. We put this here, and then it has something to do with going home, and there were stars, I think. I don't remember exactly, and the order's not important. It's like Walter said, it's intent, and we're gonna be okay. It's green magic is good.
That's what I'm worried about, is that my vision will come true here. It's green magic. It's good. We're good, Grenda.
If anything happens, you just jump on Grenda's back and you don't let go, okay?
Absolutely.
So, are you repeating the process? Is that what I am to understand? I will say that the center island is not very large. It cannot hold too many people. It is, in fact, and we're going to get a flip.
Okay. So it's Mark. However,
I'm going to give it to you.
I'm going to steal it.
No, you don't use
steal
it.
it.
I'm going to use
No,
I
I'm
will
going to steal it.
use-
You give it to
I'm
me
going to
later.
give... No, there isn't
Shut
a
up.
later. This is it.
Okay. So the consensus was to do the same thing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As Juno places the dragon's tear onto the crystal obelisk, the crystal pedestal, Grenda, you do the same to dark onyx stone. The space between the two pillars, you see a flash as though like a single thread of hair is floating directly in the middle between. It waves very slowly, and every once in a while a crackle of light allows it to grow. The hair begins to lengthen slowly between the two, up to the top and down to the floor, as it's created this rift between. Each one of you look into space. As the picture becomes clear to each and every one of you, suddenly, one of the green obelisks begins to glow as it's charging, and it fires directly behind you. A blue light meets its energy in the middle, overtakes it, smashes into the obelisk that begins to crack with this green and yellow energy, and the top cracks and falls off. You turn to see behind you a group of silhouettes, shadows that have entered through the gate behind you, and stepping through the crowd, you see the small, dainty, yet strong figure of Mona, the Baron. Well. It's lovely to see you all again. She has her hands clasped in front of her. She wears light metallic armor around her. There are medals that kind of drip down her chest. And she now wears an ornate headpiece that she has obtained by becoming the only noble left within Celeria. Thorn.
Oh, so you're the broad everybody's talking so much about. I think you owe me a wish.
Indeed I do, Thorn. But I will say, be careful what you wish for.
I turn around and I look at this crackling ribbon of energy. I'm getting the sense that does it look like, from having seen the obelisk fall, did that in any way disrupt this thing? Does it look like it's shorting out or something like that?
It has not. It continues, the thread continues to grow and grow and grow. Yes, Walter?
Walter is wide-eyed. You scan your vision across the group and then to the crack, the portal, this millimeter thin gap in reality, and you see Walter with giant bug eyes just staring at you as you observe the gap.
Come on. I think we ought to make a break for it before they can make it behind us. Now's our chance.
I wouldn't go just yet. Thorn, as you look back, it's the thread is still continuing to grow, and it seems as though it is not yet formed.
That's true. It's an impossibility. As Walter walks forward towards the Baron and says, as you can see, this place is full of dangerous and unpredictable magics. As he opens up his packs and he holds in his hands the glowing runes that he has prepared, at the same time scuffing the dirt with his feet.
At her?
No. At the ground, I have to hit 10. And he says, there is nothing you can do. There's glowing runes in his hand. There's nothing you can do that will eliminate the possibility of failure, except... And he holds for a second, or two, or 6, and he expends 6 magical effort.
Wow.
Very interesting, Walter. Very interesting. Juno.
Mona, how weird is it You know, last time we saw each other, I called you kind of a 2-bit wannabe elite. You've come so far. I'm so proud of you. We really shouldn't have underestimated you.
Wow.
But you're still kind of a bitch.
Grenda?
Yes, Grenda's seen the Baron. You're the stinky bum that said the bad things about us. You know, you can't draw worth doo-doo. Those pictures didn't even look like us. You got no talent. Grenda's gonna red panda a little bit behind everybody. Just kind of stepping from one foot to the other.
With her hand still clasped in front of her, Mona, the Baron, we'll call her the Baron for now. The Baron walks casually toward all of you, not a care in the world. Directly to Walter, in fact. He gets pretty close to you, Walter, and she says, if you wouldn't mind, I'd really love to get my jewels back. The ones over there that are currently opening the portal. Be a dear and bring those back for me, won't you? Walter stays very quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, he has jazz hands going on with glowing runes. He's got like his pieces of ivory in his hands, glowing, and then like he's holding his stick up above his head as she says, "What?"
She says, be a dear and go get my stones for me, won't you?
Oh, right away, dear. Of course. No problem at all.
And as you say that, she says, oh, I wasn't talking to you.
Ah.
And as everyone turns to look at the gate, 2 spiritual figures are standing on either side. One is an old butler, bald. He's got a comb over, and he has a blue sheen to him. Another is a young girl in a wedding dress.
No.
Oh God.
Are you kidding?
That
Motherfucker.
bitch.
And they grasp at the stones. We're gonna get flipped. It's me, but I'm gonna use my coin and give it to you, motherfucker.
Hey!
Mon Dieu.
So,
As a free action, I would like to, as we're threatening and I'm drawing in the dirt with my foot, I say to Thorn, "Oh shit, take care of that! I've got these assholes in the tunnel!"
sure.
So when you say they grasp for the crystal, like give me a little bit of sense of scale. Like where's everybody at? Like how close are they to us? And like what's
Sure. I'd say that with the threat of the Baron, y'all are no more than 15 feet away from the stones, but they have materialized behind you. The Baron, is up with Walter, and then behind that there's a couple of shadowy figures that look like they're holding various weapons and things like that, backing up the...
If they materialize
Baron.
right behind me, then I am going to drop and try to sweep their legs out from under them.
Still a 12?
16 plus 2 is 18.
Who do you hit?
I am... The butler's right behind me.
You miss. You swing and it goes right through him as the blue sheen fizzles out and comes back, and he is barely able to hold this light object in his hand, as mechanically he would be an invisible servant or a mage hand construct type situation, because he is not a person. But it is going to make him drop it.
Got it. So it's like I sort of disrupted the form enough for the crystal
for him to
hit
drop
ground.
it, and he reforms and he's looking at you now.
What crystal did he have in his hand?
He had the dragon's tear.
Yeah, I suppose I can oh God, no, I don't know. I mean, I want to reach for it because I don't.
Sure, you can engage. Yeah, you can engage him, and he is no longer reaching for it and focused on you.
Yes, that's what I'm attempting to. I want to get to it before he can.
Walter.
Walter continues his dance, right? to finish his rune that he has scratched into the dirt on the ground. And he activates it using 4 of his available points. So it is a slowdown. I'm casting slow on these people and whoever it is for 4 rounds. As soon as someone breaks that barrier, like takes a step forward, there's a slow effect that takes effect for 4 rounds, which is pretty much all of my available runeage. So I hope it's enough time.
She rolled a 7, so she is not going to metagame be aware of your sign.
Obviously, what's happening? Boink!
She's going to raise her hand and send those shadowy figures who have that blue sheen across them. And they have various armaments, and they're from various time periods, and they're various states of disarray.
Yes, I would counter that by saying I raise my rifle and aim it at her, who is slow.
Okay, so not the ghosts.
Not the ghosts. No, I know who is controlling the ghosts. Absolutely.
I love it. Juno.
Yeah, I'm not really into the aristocracy. And Juno, the dragon's tear's on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
Juno is going to, she has the cloth that it usually lives in.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to split open her stomach, run and grab the dragon's tear in the cloth, wrap it up.
In the cloth.
And yes, in the cloth, and shove it into her stomach cavity.
Oh.
Get the dragon's tear now, bitch.
Juno!
Whatever Mark does with this, I gift you a hero coin.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fucking
Absolutely.
amazing.
So brave.
Absolutely.
And whatever Mark wants to do with it, he gets to do. That's brilliant. I love that shit. Go ahead.
Roll con.
All right. Oh, I've been playing with my dice. They're wrapped in my skirt. Okay, here we go.
Shoved in your abdomen.
Basically. That is a 16, 17, 18.
Hell yes.
Great. Nothing happens this round. And we move over to Grenda.
Grenda, following suit of her friend here, is gonna take her shiny and shove it into her cheek and back into her mouth so it's safe.
Liliana is obviously going to contest that. So do a strength check for me to get that from Liliana.
Juno, I can hold a boat. Next time, just toss it to me. No hero coin. Da-da-da. Time for hero coin. Gotta mark it off, though. Trying to stay honest. Alright, re-roll. That's not much better. That is a 12.
That's it. So yeah, you snatch it from her and toss it up into the air and eat it like a grape.
It's a cheesy poof. I just cheek it. I'm not swallowing it. Oh God. Brenda's gonna get a big ol' loogie and plug one nostril and shoot a snot rocket at Michael loves this. Look at his face. At Liliana. Because she just tried to take my freaking shiny.
With all you've been in the water, you've been in the sand, you've had magic thrown at you. You shoot this rocket, and it's almost like she's on a Nickelodeon show and gets slimed. Her dress is ruined. And she flips the fuck out, and she's going to take an attack at you. She's going to put her hand on you and that's a 10. It's plus 2. So it is going to hit. A white light comes out of her hand. Because of how distracted she is, it's only going to do 1 hit point of damage as this sparkling white energy kind of fizzles out from her hand, and she's consumed by her dress and her lack of magic. She rolled a 1, and she's distracted.
And with my armor, that's nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's no damage, yeah.
You mean to tell me she wore a Juno original wedding dress to a fucking battle and then burned it? Pissed.
Juno, make another con save. Oh, I shouldn't have said save.
Mm.
Just make a con save. It's always a save.
Roll.
Check.
Roll?
Versus.
What does that mean?
Just con. No,
Oh,
I'm just
I
calling
see.
it a save. It's just a. It's
That's a 13.
great. Nothing happens this round.
Oh my God.
Your emotions flare, and you feel a rumbling where you put the stone inside of you. Walter,
Mm-hmm.
the ghosts are going to attack you. I'm going to make a couple rolls. That's an 18, a 4, and a 13. So 2 swings. They're just ghosts, but they're minions. So there's going to be, I'm going to roll this, which is a 6, and then plus 2 because of all the ghosts. So 8 damage to you, sir.
So many ghosts.
Yeah. One person hits you because that was an 18, and they're the
Yes.
only person that hits because I forgot everything they do is at hard because
Okay.
of slow. So
Sure.
all of that is negated. One dude hits, you take 4 points of damage.
I like that better.
That is why you are able to fence them off because they are slow. Because you're-
Sure. Okay.
yes.
Okay. I spent so many runes on this. Come on, as like arrows like just
Yeah.
nick him, and it's like come on, shit,
Yep.
fuck.
Walter is holding the line. Love
Yep.
it.
That's funny.
He's
It
going
is.
to spend. He's going to spend another
Fly,
rune
fools.
to
Mhm.
make sure that the everyone in this hallway is
Yeah.
slowed again.
Sure.
Okay. Tizai? All right. So Mona has, as she stands there, as her minions begin to, like, converge on everyone, she's has a pissed off fucking face right now. She's like, very agitated. I'm just gonna pass it to Thorn. Thorn. The thread that was forming from the stones being in the pillars has now begun to shrink again because they have been pulled from the pillars. And one is in a stomach and one is in somebody's mouth.
Okay, well, my attacks are no good on that guy, but her I can probably take. My fists grow large and thorns grow, and I dash over to Liliana, and I'm going to just strike her as hard as I can, just to try to like get her away from Grenda, and she's covered in snot. That's gross.
No roll needed. You swing, and then you pull your hand back, and it is covered in snot. And she kind of disappears for a moment, and then is back fully formed. And she's just like, "How dare you!"
I try to hit her again.
Whoosh through her head. That is just, she's a headless body for a moment, and then it is back again.
I don't get it. This is some kind of mind game.
And I turn around and look at Walter and say, maybe he needs backup. And I like sort of like back my way like away from the pedestal, like realizing they kind of have this handled and I can't touch anybody. So I'm gonna run my way back and give Walter some support, now realizing all he's holding, like now that I'm seeing like the arrows that were passing through this field of his slow effect as it passes out of the other side of this the spell effect towards me. One clatters against the wall and it gets my attention, and I turn back to him and make my way over there to help him fend off this horde.
Okay. You put your hands on his back and basically, what can I do to help? Like, what do I do?
Yeah, if I can get there, like, can I hit the Baron? Like, is she available? Is she like, is it open to be able to like?
With 2 strikes already at Ghost, I'll say no.
Sure thing.
You can attempt it maybe next time.
Better believe I will.
Walter, you feel the leafy hands of Thorn, who is going to try to help you brace this wall of ghosts that are coming at you. As you turn to look, you also notice the thread is beginning to shrink.
Thorn, you've got to get yourself, Juno and Grinda, through that gap. Thorn, you hold the key. You hold the seed. You'll be able to do this. Now you take them, and you get them to safety, Thorn.
You got it. I'll keep them safe. I'll keep them safe. Trust me.
I bolt back if I can still move.
I'll give you the movement to kind of break away and start heading back to your other 2 friends.
The look that I'm able to give Walter in his eyes is somehow like when he mentioned seed, you have the key, like, rather than that seeming confusing, there's something about it that just sort of, I kind of know what he means. I don't know why I do, but I just kind of have a good feeling about what he just said.
You do. Juno, you are suffering from holding the stone within you to protect it. I'm going to let you act, and then I will have you roll a con.
So, question. Do I notice that the thread is shrinking?
Roll wisdom.
Roll a wisdom. That's a 7. I'm going to re-roll that. I'm going to use a hero coin.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 4.
Okay, so you are in a great deal of pain. You feel yourself kind of like bloating, and then you're using your powers to kind of like squeeze it back down inside of you as you feel that feeling once again that you felt at the games just before you exploded. It begins to your rib cage actually opens up, and then you force it back down. I want you to roll a con for me.
That's an 11.
It's an 11.
I would like to use a hero coin as Walter.
You've already used your turn.
Oh shit!
You already
you're
used
right.
your turn this round.
Fuck.
Perhaps Grinda could use her hero coin if she has one, but she's the only one that can jump her turn right now at this moment.
Grenda does have a hero coin, and I'm going to claim that Grenda doesn't need a perception roll to notice the gate shrinking because it's sparkly magic, and she's focused on every bit of sparkly magic all around here. Grenda's gonna go, Juno, I think we gotta get through this gate, or the rift or the crack, whatever it is. We gotta get through here right now. We can't fight. Look. And she like kind of waves her arm towards the ghosts. And no, you go right through. You can't hit them. We have to get out of here. Do you need a bathroom for the stone, or can you just go get it? But I think we have to go. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I think I know what I got. I gotta get this out.
I will give you another roll
Oh!
to get it out of your body.
Can I help her? Can I lend like any sort of support?
You did by not letting her die just now. So
okay.
My plan is to upend my stomach onto the pillar itself, like not even reaching it or touching.
That's it.
okay.
Just leaning over and
Okay.
just
Like,
spilling the stomach out.
So you just want to open up your guts and kind of like spill out the organs that are containing the gem. Is that?
No, so like it's specifically in my stomach. So I want to like press the hole in the stomach up against the pedestal and push it out.
I see. So you want to impale yourself onto it to release the stone into its slot once again.
Yes.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
19!
What?
Thank
Gross.
goodness.
Thank you, Grenda!
You press your body onto the pillar as your blood begins to pour down your body. You are going to take some damage.
Oh yeah.
Hit
And
me
it's
with
going to be
it.
magic damage because this is a magical artifact.
Okay.
So you are going to take 6 damage.
Does my armor shield me from one of those?
No.
Oh. Okay.
This is inside your body. Here's some flavor. So as you've done that, your rib cage began to, like an open maw, begin to bite at the pillar. It's just like you hear the squishing and the squirming and stuff, and then you pull yourself away, and your midsection is just kind of wide open at this moment. Brenda, I will give you the final action because you were directing her to use the gem. You can put the gem in the other slot. That's the only thing you can do. Cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't do an action. So yeah, I'm gonna can I touch both? Can I reach both pillars at the same time? Is my wingspan, my arms?
You are big enough to do this. Yes.
Awesome. I'm gonna keep a hand on Juno's shoulder with a real gentle squeeze, but this is covering, a large portion of your upper thoracic region. I'm right here, Juno. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get across, and put my shiny in its slot on the other pillar.
Okay. The stones are back. The thread begins to grow once again, and it begins to spark even more as though it's trying to open up. Juno, because you are you've opened up your body, your next round, actually, the next 2 rounds are going to be hard for you as your body's trying to go back in. So anything that you try to do will be hard.
Very fair.
And
I think everybody knows now that you're dead, Juno. Just so in case I don't keep this secret.
And with that, Mona, the Baron, screams and she says, "Get my stones!" And the force begins to push harder. We're gonna flip. Boom! It's Mark, you son of a bitch. I can't wait. Keep it going, buddy.
Yeah. Thorn, what are you doing? Walter told you to go.
I am running back up to the pedestal. Talk to me about whether or not these ghost figures of Liliana and Butler are still.
They are still haunting. Liliana is a little distracted and she's not all there. But yeah, the Butler is, yeah.
All right. Grenda, Juno, we gotta get through this crack thing. I walk up to the crack thing.
Sure.
I want to examine it to see now that I'm standing face to face with it. I think I need to reach my hand through if I can. So that's what I do. What happens to my arm?
Great. Roll of wisdom.
That is a 2, but I have a hero coin.
Great.
Okay, a 13 plus 1 is a 14. Good.
Yes, that is much better. It is warm and comforting and gentle, despite the crackling energy around it. You've felt this before. As you realize you are on the ley lines, this energy pulses through you, and it is the same energy that you have felt before from your vision.
I close my eyes, and I envision as clearly as I can in my mind the great tree that I stood before in my vision, pre-fiery, nightmare.
Of course.
But picturing it beautiful as it and that feeling that gave me that warmth. I envision it, and I am going to stick my other arm through this crack and try to pull it open to try to keep this portal open so everyone can come with me.
I'm gonna say you're able to do that a little bit. Walter.
Oh boy.
Fencing away ghosts as you are being backed up closer and closer to this island.
Walter
10 by the
uses
length of it.
his acid flask to booby trap the walkway, so that any material individual that walks through has to contend with the acid that he has applied to the walkway. And then he's going to go to the entrance of the portal and assist Thorn in holding it open.
How are you helping with this portal? Walter?
With my arms.
With your arms. You touch the portal. You have obviously felt this sensation before, because you've traveled through the crossing.
Do I know what pathway this is that is open before us?
You do not. Juno.
Okay, Juno's going to shout to Walter. No, Walter!
What?
How can we grab the stones once the threshold is open?
Who fucking knows?
Okay. Juno is going to run through both the butler and Leliana, and she's going to use her action to constantly be disrupting their incorporeal forms.
Okay.
So that they don't have a chance to grab the stones.
Grenda.
Grenda remembers that when Juno had the stone inside her and Grenda had the stone inside her mouth, that portal shrunk, but it did so slowly. So she's going to grab both the dragon's tear, the shiny, shove one in each cheek, and try and mom arm her friends the way that she saw earlier happen, and dive bomb through that portal, trying to take everybody or her friends with her.
Great.
Yeah, everybody that she can reach. Scoop. Am I using a modifier?
What
is it? Strength?
For what?
Yeah, strength.
That's a 17.
So yeah, all of y'all are grabbed. Grenda, when you first pass through this light, it is not warm. It is cold. It is a comfortable cold, though. And you smell the trees of your home. Juno, when you first pass through this, you smell copper and decay and death. And then all of you dematerialize together and are transported. And we're going to get a flip.
We're going to get a flip. We need one more, at least. They have entered the portal.
Everybody roll a d20.
Thorn got an 8.
10 for Grenda.
Great.
You want a raw or you want...
Just raw.
13.
And Juno got a nat 20.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mark it.
All right. Yeah, mark that down.
Oh yeah, mark it.
Last roll of the season. Thorn, your entire body lights up with sunlight as you are mildly kicked out of this portal with a little on the ground. It is green grass. It is a field. And in the distance, you can see trees. Very far distance, you can see trees. You look around you, and it gets a little swampy. Yeah, marshy. And you realize the sun is pretty dang hot. You look up, and you see that you are on the outer ring. There is no ring above you. You are in a lowland, grassy swamp area. And then, Grenda, instead of the cold that you were greeted with and the smell of pine and snow that you've been looking forward to, you are plopped down in a wet, marshy bog. Thorn, you hear a splash in the distance. Grenda, you gather yourself and you look around, and again, you are on the outer ring, just like your dream, just like your visions. You are definitely not home. And you look around, and Thorn comes through some bramble and finds you. And the two of you meet once again after coming through this portal. Juno, you hit the ground hard. It is night out, and you hear chanting, and you feel that fire, that warmth. And next to you, thwomp, right next to you, Walter slams right down on the ground. The light from the fire grows a little bit, and at the edge of the light, you see red hooded figures, with one larger figure with a draping red hood and gown, and it flows onto the ground in the middle of this circle. It's a large, intricately carved pentagram-like circle. Walter.
Follow my lead.
And then essentially the lights flip on, and scrawled across the wall is "Welcome Home, Jordan," in big letters. And there are banners, and there are so many people around you, and they all take off their red hoods and they all start cheering for Jordan to have come home. Michael, do you have any last things to add to either of those scenes?
Sure. Hold on, I will. Just give me a second. That was amazing. I didn't know that was going to happen. So Grenda and Thorn, you go over and you help Grenda up. She's face first, like the front of her body is just mud, straight mud. You guys are walking in. Thorn, for you, it's kind of like shin deep, knee deep actually for you because you're small. Water, and Grenda, it's really just kind of over your feet. You guys hop up and look around and realize that none of your friends are here. Grenda, there's mud in your eyes and up your nose, and you kind of blow some snot rockets out, kind of get it all off of your face, and then you look up at the sky. Yeah, and rub it in to make sure it's nice and exfoliated. You look up at the sky again, and you're like, one step closer to home. And around each of you, you hear rustling in the bushes, and out pop the bushes. Actually stand up, and they are people with mud all over their face. They draw these really intricate bows, and they go, "Who the hell are you, and what are you doing in our swamp?" As you are surrounded by elven people. So Juno and Walter, you see this banner. Everyone cheers. All the torches. There's people banging drums. The figure that has this very long, intricate red robe takes their hood off to reveal this red-headed woman, just with this beautiful smile on her face. She walks over to you, Juno. She puts her hands on each side of your face. You're still open. Your body is still closing. Has not acknowledged that at all. She puts her hands on your face and she goes, "I've missed you so much, Jordan." And then she looks over at Walter and she goes, "Ah, Walter, you brought her back just in the nick of time." And that is where we're going to
end it.
Our party has been split, and that is where our first book one has completed. It's been really fun. So thank you guys so much. Thank everyone so much for staying with us through our very first season, our first campaign. Thank you so much to this amazing cast. I can't imagine doing it with anybody else.
Michael said it all pretty much already. Thank you very much for playing. Thank you for tuning in. It's been an absolute joy, and I am looking forward to more with these guys, gals, and with everybody else. And with that, my name's Mark.
My name's Michael.
We are the
Dueling
Dueling
Demons.
Masters. With us, as always, is our incredible cast. Say Good night, incredible cast.
Good night.
Good night,
Goddamn,
incredible
so
cast. And thank you,
Walter's
incredible DMs.
We'll see you in the morning.
That's right.